Hi. This will become relevant in 1 second. I just returned from the Indigenous Sustainable Community Design course set in Tesuque Pueblo, put on by Clayton Bracupe and Louis and Elaine, his daughter, and I'm transformed. I've been in and around the spaces of food sovereignty for the past more than a decade. I mean, my grandfather was an incredible farmer, just abundant, oh my goodness, in Western New York. And then I spent a bunch of years, a decade and more, focusing on food sovereignty as it relates to water protection actions, specifically in northern Wisconsin, where Bad River and others, the other bands up there, protected their land by connecting people, indigenous and non-indigenous, to the food and developing that relationship and saying, if you have this relationship with food, then you're not going to blow up our wilderness, right? You're not going to blow up the water where the world's largest wild rice slough lives. Just these places of abundance, you're just not going to do that. And so I've been filming it for all these years and just being so amazed, and I had so many teachers, one after another, who showed me that fierceness and that dedication to land and what happens, like how energized you are by energizing the land itself. The first thing I took away from this gathering is that they model the relationships that they're talking about. And what I mean by that is I think every single person who talked to us in this course was part of the course at some point. So they have built community over 30 years. I was so lucky to be part of this in its 30th year and just look back at all this amazing stuff. So person after person, you'll see Lillian Hill, you'll see in my social media post Norma Naranjo, a bunch of other. We took a hike through Zankawi village, which is an old village, and you can see their footprints in the soft, is it called rough? We also visited with Roxanne Swentzell, who's part of the Swentzell family of builders and amazing people. So Roxanne had exactly 1/8 of an acre of land, and that 1/8 of an acre was a driveway. So it was the most impacted land and dirt that you could ever imagine. And her grandmother said to her, she gave her that land, and she's like, these are peach pits, so we're planting them. Her grandmother said to her, you get out there, and you build your own home. You have the strength and understanding to do that. And she had 2 small children. And she was like, okay. She said that incredible validation from her grandmother that she could do this was just what she needed. So she took this acre that had 0 trees on it, and it's in high desert, and she has turned it, I'll put a little video over this, she's turned this into an absolute oasis. You know, we live in this like influencer culture, and you can watch video after video after video about how to do this correctly, composting, blah, blah, blah. Till the land, don't till the land. And it's so overwhelming. So the first thing I learned from this course was these relationships and the manifestation of them and watching them, how they've evolved over time. And then the second thing that I have learned is just get to it. And the land teaches you, right? Just get to gardening. So today I was really exhausted. So I've gotten back and, I'm processing all these amazing people. And I got back on the land today, and I needed to write my newsletter. And I was like, I'm so tired, right? I'm just so tired. And I just love my dad so much. But I was like, no. So Roxanne, some of the things she said was, dig a hole, stick some hay in it, and then the water starts to accumulate there. That's the way that she magically brought back this land of hers, is that she just made little places, did little experiments. A lot of them failed, but it's influenced me so much because now it feels like just get out there and start taking over a parking lot, taking over your land. I also heard this thing recently that said, do not let any carbon leave your property, which is a whole nother discussion. I'll wait for this plane. Yeah, do not let any carbon, don't let sticks, don't let food scraps, anything leave your property, because that's all nutrients, right? So we made compost and we learned about mycelium. Don't get me started. I'll tell you a little bit about mycelium when I learn about it more. But it's like the most beautiful alien from outer space. It's, it's a nutrient and a fungi, and it's like connective. I would say it's like fascia, and it's connective tissue, but it's very nourishing to the land. So I have so many things to say. But anyway, let me just get to this little doodad that we were able to put our own art on. So when we left Roxanne Swentzell's land, she's also a sculptor. Go look her up. She now has, several properties that she is nourishing and bringing along and putting water features on. So what I've been doing in my pajamas, thank you very much, this morning is I just got started on making a little spiral herb garden because of the influence of these amazing people. So when we left, there were 20-something of us. When we left Roxanne's place, she gave us, let me do this like little farming unboxing. She gave us these little farmer starter kits. Are you kidding? Incredible. So, nice, a little notebook to record things. What do we have here? Plant and pollinator relatives. Love it. And then we have corn to plant these precious babies. This is all in your farmer starter kit. Wildflower seeds. Check that out. This is my favorite. These are earthworm castings. Look at this gorgeousness. So that's going to go right over there into my new spiral herb garden. So I got 2 of those. Where'd my other one go? Here we go. I got 2 of those because the Belizeans couldn't take those on the plane. So, yawa, Belizeans. Here's the mycelium. I'm just going to let you take a look at that little creature there. So, I don't know how to plant it, but I'm sure going to figure it out. Flowering Tree Permaculture Institute, that's her institute. Little planting things. Zuni Gold bean. So from Tesuque Pueblo, we have plant food, and then more corn. Okay. So let me tell you, I wanted to go lie down and just sleep because I am exhausted. But I said to Ted, I'm just getting out there and I'm going to start digging up those rocks, and I'm going to start planting my spiral garden and not look at a million YouTube videos to figure out how I'm doing it wrong. I'm going to let the earth guide me. Oh, they gave us the gloves too. So I started today, and I didn't put on my farming outfit. Actually, now this is my farming outfit. And I started digging out the rocks, and what I want to put around here, I'll tell you more about that later. We learned from Lillian Hill how to make a cob wall, and I'm going to do that here. Cob, it has nothing to do with corn cobs. It has an infrastructure of straw in it that makes it strong, so you don't need like rebar in your walls. Fantastic. Amazing. we got 200,000 views on that one little 26-second video. I mean, people are just dying for this information, including me. So yes, so this is where I am. And speaking of the earth and relationship to it, we were in conversation with the incredible Margarita Paz Pedro, who is a ceramicist, she's an earthen builder, and she's just internationally recognized. She's in community. She's another person like Sayokla Kindness from last month, who's the wampum artist, who is in all these fancy places, but she stays in community, right? So what a beautiful episode with her. And she's the one that built our mural. If you go on our Instagram page, you can see the video of Juanita's Hornos and what that mural has done for us here. So that's part of what's going on. The mural is in a spiral, right? And then I'm making the spiral garden. And we've been talking about spirals also on our social media page. So a bit of a ramble, but this has energized me. And what Guanawaradu, greetings, love, and respect from me to all of you. Indian market's coming up next week. Wowie. So we get to see all the Haudenosaunee. Ted begged me to not just go to Haudenosaunee artists. This year I'm like, why? Anyway, you rock, and we'll follow kind of the progress of this garden. I'd like to get a lot of it done by the fall, but I'm just gonna dig, throw some hay in, gather water. I've got compost over there. I don't know what the state of it is, but we'll find out. Okay, Onagiwahi, listen to your aunties.